Hi. So, I wanted to sit down and make a video with my hair all messed up to talk about two new guitars that I picked up that I am thrilled to the floor to have. The first one is this gorgeous Ibanez SZ720. Look at that. Charcoal burst, Seymour Duncan Ibanez pickups, chrome hardware, gorgeous inlay, nice little flame inlay. It's got this lovely pearl binding, or mother of pearl binding around the edges and on the headstock. Gorgeous. The second guitar is the older generation to this guitar, and it is the Ibanez SZR 720, and this is actually the reason why I have two guitars. Look at that gorgeous vine inlay and that beautiful red color. Oh my goodness! Then we have headstock here with a wood truss rod cover. And this guitar I actually found on eBay because I was looking for a transparent, transparent gray, transparent black SCO 720, and I could put a picture of it here. So here's why I have two guitars. Several years ago at my local music store, they had this guitar in the transparent gray color. Aside from one at the time, I had never found it again. And when I sat down and played it the day that I did find it, it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It sounded amazing. But I didn't have the money at the time to get it, and I had to let it go away. I saw it one other time a couple years later. I didn't have the money then to grab it, and so it left me again. So I did some digging around on the internet, because I had a little bit of money and I kind of wanted to get another guitar. And I remembered this guitar, the SCO 720, and I did so much looking around. I looked everywhere for it, and I could not find it anywhere. Until I found someone in Australia. I live in the US, in the middle of the US, and there was someone in Australia who had that guitar, and he wanted about, it was like 900 Australian or about 620 US. I sat there and I was weighing my options. The second option was actually this guitar. This is actually the generation up from the SCO 720. This is just the SZ 720, and it came out after this one did. And the major difference was, I think, maybe the pickups changed, the finish on the top changed, and the inlay on the fretboard is different. Other than that, it was pretty much the same guitar, right down to, I think, the lettering on the headstock, although I think this is a bit blockier. And I found this guitar. Someone on Reverb was selling that guitar, and he wanted 500 for it. And I thought that's an awesome deal. But the guitar of my dreams, the guitar I've been looking so many years for, is over here in Australia. And then, as I kept digging around, I found someone on eBay selling this guitar, a red version of the guitar I was looking for. And it wasn't necessarily what I wanted 100%. Because I wanted that gray quilt top on it. I wanted the gray finish on this. And I couldn't find it. So these were my choices. I either risk it on an old post that someone made in Australia for the guitar that I was looking for, go for the red version of the guitar I was looking for from someone on eBay, or go for the gray version of the guitar that came after. And this was a hell of a toss-up. And eventually what I said was, you know what, I'm going to treat myself, and I don't know the condition of the guitar in Australia. And I don't know if I really want to take that chance. I decided I would get the gray version of the guitar that came after, so I could keep the color in memory of, and then get the red version of the guitar that I was looking for. And, oh my gosh. This is going to be the thumbnail for this. It's going to be gorgeous. All in all, I'm happy with my choice. If I had to pick a preference of which one of these guitars I like better, oddly enough, it's not necessarily this one right now. It's actually this guitar. I cleaned it up, I changed out the strings, put it in D standard, put it in D tuning, and I put 11 gauge strings on it. These are thick as hell, but I love the sound I'm getting out of it. It's just a great sounding guitar. And the only reason why this guitar is right now my major favorite is because what I didn't realize in full detail when I got this guitar on eBay was necessarily the condition that it was in. Because these pickup rings here were not originally gold. They were wooden. They were destroyed. These pickups have a good amount of wear on them. In just a second. So these pickup rings were wooden, and they were also a lot thicker. These are relatively thin pickup rings. You might also have a look at this bridge. This bridge has, where are we? There we go. This bridge has been worn to hell, and I actually have a replacement bridge coming in. I bought replacement pickup rings and replacement gold knobs for the volume pots. And, God, look at how those shine. Those shine so well. But I need to replace this bridge. I actually need to get, I think, new screws for the pickup rings. And I need to replace the pickups, actually. Because these pickups are really old and worn down. I need to polish the frets because the frets are really worn. I think the neck is a bit bowed. I don't know if you'd be able to see it, but there's maybe a slight bit of bowing on the neck, and I'm getting some really bad buzz around this area across the strings. I want to replace this truss rod cover with one that's gold, and it's also got a lot of little bumps and scratches on it. So you might could see there on the headstock. We've got some little chips on, let me see if I can get it zoomed in, focused. There's a chip here. There's a bunch of little bumps and scrapes and scratches, and the back of this guitar, you know, shows just how much use this thing had. Look at how buffed up that back is. That back is scratched to hell. The main reason I got it is so I could have at least some version of that guitar that I was after. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit of a project guitar. I'm going to correct the neck. I'm going to finish replacing the hardware. I'm going to replace this bridge. I'm going to replace the pickups in it. I actually found out today that I need to replace, or at least fix, the wiring for the jack. Because the jack is a little messed up. My leg was rubbing against it and it was sputtering in and out. But I think I could really clean this up and make this a really nice guitar. I think I have too many guitars. As it is, I've got 5 electric guitars right now and there's an acoustic. But I'm going to have like each of these in a different tuning. I've got my 7-string here, which is in drop A. I've got this guitar, which is actually in standard right now. So this guitar is in standard. This guitar here, the gray one, is in D, and it might also be in drop C. This will be my 1-step down guitar. And then this guitar here, my primary Ibanez, is in drop D right now. And I'll probably change the tuning on this to something different later. And then I have a Fender Strat that's in drop D flat. So I think what I'm going to do is have this as the drop D guitar, D standard. The red guitar will be like an E flat or a drop D flat. I want to put the Strat back in standard so it can keep its sound. And then I'll have this 7-string for, I think I'll keep this in either standard or drop A. That's basically just drop D for a 7-string. So, yeah. I have too many guitars, and I spent too much money on something that I'll need to throw more money at. But, you know what? I'm happy. This has been awesome, having been able to at least own that guitar. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope my rambling isn't too bad. I hope my hair isn't too bad. But I will see you next time. So, goodbye.